There are moments when Allah is speaking to you without a single word. And sometimes those signs are about a person in your life right now. Someone who smiles, supports you, maybe even loves you, but Allah knows something you don't. What if I told you there are clear warnings in your heart and your life that say, this person will harm you? Get away. Most people ignore them until it's too late. You will not, because today we uncover every single one. Your heart feels heavy and unsettled. The most beautiful gift Allah gives us is the quiet whisper of the heart, that gentle unseen voice that no one else can hear but you. It is not loud. It is not forceful. It is gentle, yet so persistent. You know it, that feeling deep inside when something just doesn't feel right. You cannot explain it to anyone. You can't show it in words or prove it with evidence, but you feel it. And that feeling doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from the one who created your heart. It comes from the one who fashioned your soul. It comes from Allah. Sometimes you sit with someone, they smile at you, they speak kindly, they even say the right things, but deep down, a small voice inside says, be careful, something is not right here. Your heart feels uneasy. It feels like the air around you is heavier than usual. The peace you had a moment ago begins to fade. Your thoughts feel crowded. Your chest feels tight. And when you finally leave their company, you feel lighter, as if a burden was quietly lifted off your shoulders. You can breathe again. Your mind clears. Your soul feels at rest. That change is not random. It is not just in your head. It is Allah showing you something. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that the heart can see what the eyes cannot, because the eyes only see what is on the surface, but the heart feels what is underneath. You may try to convince yourself you are overreacting. You might tell yourself, they've done nothing wrong, I have no proof. But the truth is, you don't always need proof when Allah is your protector. Sometimes Allah will remove people from your life quietly. No big arguments, no obvious betrayal, just a growing discomfort that pushes you away little by little. That is His mercy, that is His shield. Allah says in the Quran, if they incline to peace, then incline to it also and rely upon Allah. Surah Al-Anfal 861. And when your heart does not incline to peace, when it refuses to settle, it is also telling you something. It's telling you that this place, this person, this connection is not bringing you the peace Allah promises. And when something robs you of that peace, it cannot be from Him. Peace is not just the absence of problems. It is a deep, quiet comfort in your soul. It is the type of ease that allows you to breathe without fear, to speak without guarding every word, to pray without distraction. When you are with the right people, your heart feels safe. It opens like a flower in sunlight. It remembers Allah more easily. It feels encouraged to do good. But when you are with the wrong people, something inside begins to shrink. You laugh less, or you laugh in ways that feel empty. Your mind is restless. Your ibadah becomes harder. Your du'as feel heavy. And maybe no one else sees it. Maybe to the world, they look like the perfect friend, the perfect partner, the perfect helper. But Allah has allowed you to feel something deeper, something hidden, because He wants to protect you. My dear brother, my dear sister, never dismiss these small alarms. They are often the first layer of Allah's protection. They come before the big warnings. They come before the clear danger. They come when Allah still wants to give you the chance to step back without harm. How many people have ignored that feeling and later said, I knew something was wrong. I felt it from the start, but I stayed. Do not let that be your story. When Allah warns you once, do not ask for Him to warn you twice. Sometimes your heart will whisper, This person's words are sweet, but their energy is bitter. This person's smile is bright, but their intentions are dark. This person's company feels warm now, but their path will lead you to coldness. It is hard to walk away when you have no reason. It is hard to explain to others why you are distancing yourself, but you do not need to explain when Allah understands. Do not be ashamed of protecting your heart. Do not be embarrassed about protecting your peace. Do not apologize for listening to the voice Allah placed within you. The dunya will tell you to ignore feelings, to be logical, to wait for visible proof. But faith teaches you to trust what Allah has placed inside you, especially when it aligns with His promise of peace. Peace is a gift, and Allah does not take it away without reason. So when your peace disappears in someone's presence, when your heart feels heavier after every meeting, when your dua feels harder after every conversation, pause, step back and say, Ya Allah, if this is your warning, let me understand it. If this is your protection, let me accept it. The Quran tells us that Allah is Al-Latif, the subtle. He protects us in ways we cannot see. He guides us gently, without force. And one of the softest, most beautiful ways He guides us is through the unease of our own hearts. This feeling may save you from betrayal. It may save you from a toxic relationship. It may save you from years of heartache. It may save your Iman. Some people pray for Allah to show them the truth, and He does not in visions, not in dreams, but in the simple heaviness of a moment, in the quiet restlessness after a meeting, in the sigh you breathe without knowing why. That is truth. That is protection. That is mercy. So the next time your heart feels unsettled, do not push it aside. Do not silence it. Do not cover it with excuses. Instead, pause and listen, because your heart may be hearing what your ears cannot. Your soul may be seeing what your eyes cannot. And Allah is always speaking to those who are willing to listen. They pull you away from your deen. There is something Allah has placed inside you that is more precious than all the wealth in this dunya. It cannot be bought. It cannot be stolen unless you hand it over. It is your Iman. It is your connection to Him. It is your deen. This is not just a part of your life, it is your life. It is the rope between you and Jannah. It is the bridge between your short time here and your eternal home there. And sometimes, without you even noticing, certain people start loosening your grip on that rope. They don't come and cut it in front of you. They don't openly say, leave Allah, stop praying, stop believing. No, it is far more subtle than that. It begins small, a little delay here, a skip prayer there. I will read Quran tomorrow that never comes. You don't notice it at first because they still smile. They still speak nicely. They might even use words of kindness, but slowly, very slowly, your heart changes. You used to pray as soon as the adhan was called. Now you wait. You used to feel joy when hearing the Quran. Now you feel distracted. You used to crave gatherings of dhikr and reminders. Now you think, maybe next week. It doesn't happen overnight. Shaitan doesn't work like that. He is patient. He will take you step by step until one day you look back and realize you are far from where you once stood. And here is the hardest part sometimes. The person pulling you away doesn't even mean to harm you. They may love you. They may care for you. They may think they are helping you enjoy life. But good intentions don't change harmful effects. If their company makes you remember Allah less, if their influence makes you delay your salah, if their presence makes haram seem smaller, then you are being pulled away from the very thing that gives you life. Allah warns us clearly in the Quran, O you who have believed, let not your wealth and your children divert you from the remembrance of Allah, and whoever does that, it is they who are the losers. Suratul Munafiqun 63:9. The verse mentions wealth and children, but it's not limited to them. It's about anything or anyone who diverts your heart from Allah. A friend can distract you more than gold. A companion can take more of your time than work. A person's laughter can drown out the adhan if you let it. And then the days pass and the weeks pass and you begin to feel something changing inside. Your salah feels rushed. Your dua feels empty. Your tears in prayer dry up. The sweetness of faith feels far away. But you tell yourself, it's just a phase. You tell yourself, I'll fix it later. You tell yourself, I can handle it. Until one day, you wake up and realize the version of you that once rushed to please Allah is now a distant memory. My dear brother, my dear sister, faith is not something we can store in a box and expect to stay fresh forever. It is like a plant. It needs watering, sunlight, protection. And the people around you, they are either feeding your Iman or starving it. If you sit with those who love Allah, your Iman will grow without you even trying. If you sit with those who forget Allah, your Iman will wither without you even noticing. The Prophet ﷺ said, a man follows the religion of his close friend. So each of you should consider whom he makes his close friend. But Abu Dawood, this is not just advice, it's a warning, because hearts are mirrors. We reflect what we are close to. If you walk with people running towards the akhirah, your steps will naturally follow them. If you walk with people chasing the dunya, they will pull you with them, even if you tell yourself you won't go too far. And this pull, it often feels harmless at first. You laugh more, you relax more, you tell yourself you are just enjoying life. But enjoyment that makes you forget the one who gave you life is not enjoyment, it is a slow, sweet poison. I have met people who said, I didn't realize how far I had gone until I couldn't feel salah anymore, until Quran felt like a stranger, until my heart felt empty. And when we traced their steps backwards, it began with the company they kept. It began with the voices they listened to. It began with the people they gave their time to. Shaitan knows he cannot make a believer leave faith overnight. So he works to surround you with those who make your faith feel less important. Those who plant small seeds of laziness. Those who tell you, don't be too extreme. Those who say, Allah will forgive everything. Just live your life. Yes, Allah is forgiving. Yes, He is merciful. But that mercy should make you rush to Him, not away from Him. If someone's presence makes you delay turning back to Allah, they are not a gift, they are a test. And here is the truth many don't like to hear. Sometimes you have to love someone from a distance to save both your soul and theirs. Sometimes stepping back is the most loving thing you can do, because it shows you care enough not to walk into harm together. It will hurt. It will feel lonely at first. But Allah promises, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and provide for him from where he does not expect. Surah At-Talaq 65:2-3. Dahima ana hada al-huwa alayhim. Leave something for Allah's sake and He will replace it with something far better. Better friends, better gatherings, better peace. So look at your circle. Who in your life makes you love Allah more? Who reminds you of the akhirah? Who helps you guard your salah? And who makes you forget? Who makes you delay? Who makes you feel that haram is not that bad? Don't hate them. Don't curse them. But protect yourself. Make dua for them. Show them kindness. But if you must choose between their company and your connection to Allah, always choose Allah. Because the day is coming when you will stand before Him alone. No friends, no crowds, no company to answer for you. And on that day, you will wish for the companions who kept you firm, the ones who encouraged you to pray, the ones who reminded you of Jannah, the ones who held your hand away from sin and towards the mercy of Allah. May Allah make us among them. They bring out your worst traits. There is a version of you that Allah loves, the version of you that is gentle in speech, quick to forgive, slow to anger, patient in trials, kind to strangers, humble when praised. That version of you is a blessing from Allah. It is the product of His guidance, His mercy, and the choices you've made to please Him. But my dear brother, my dear sister, that version of you is not guaranteed to stay forever, because there are people whose presence can water the seeds of goodness in you, and there are people whose presence can awaken weeds you thought you had already uprooted. Sometimes you are not tested with hardship. Sometimes you are tested with company. You can be calm all day and then spend an hour with the wrong person and find yourself raising your voice. You can guard your tongue for weeks and then sit with certain people and find yourself gossiping as if you had never promised Allah you wouldn't. You can feel grateful in the morning and feel bitter by nightfall because someone kept feeding you words of envy. This is not always because you are weak. It is because hearts are mirrors. They reflect what they are closest to. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the example of a good companion and a bad companion is like that of the seller of musk and the blacksmith. The musk seller might gift you perfume, or you might buy some, or you might simply benefit from his fragrance. But the blacksmith might burn your clothes, or at the very least, you will smell a foul odor from him. Even if the blacksmith never means to harm you, you still walk away with smoke in your clothes. Even if the musk seller never speaks to you, you still walk away smelling sweet. This is the power of environment. We sometimes underestimate how much of ourselves is shaped by the people around us. We think, I can handle it, I won't change. But the reality is, the more time you spend with someone, the more your heart aligns with theirs, whether you notice it or not. And the most dangerous kind of influence is the subtle kind, the kind that doesn't feel dangerous at first. It begins in small ways. They make you laugh at someone else's flaw. They encourage you to speak your mind when speaking your mind really means speaking without mercy. They tell you to be strong when they actually mean don't forgive. And each time a small seed is planted, a seed of arrogance, a seed of impatience, a seed of bitterness, and seeds, they grow. They grow faster when they are watered, and the people around you, knowingly or unknowingly, can water the wrong seeds in your heart. One day, you might look in the mirror and realize you don't recognize your own reflection. You speak sharper than you used to. You trust less. You complain more. You look for faults before you look for goodness. And it's not because your heart was always like this. It's because you allowed company into your life that made your worst traits feel normal. Allah warns us about this through the voice of regret in the Quran. Oh, woe to me! I wish I had not taken that one as a friend. He led me away from the remembrance after it had come to me. Surah Al-Furqan 25, 28, 29. This verse is not about one bad day. It's about the slow pull away from the person you were when you were closest to Allah. Sometimes Allah gives you the gift of noticing the change early. You feel heavier after conversations. You feel more impatient with your family. Your prayers feel rushed. Your heart feels less soft. That is Allah saying to you, pay attention. This is not the path I want for you. It doesn't mean you hate the person. It doesn't mean you look down on them. It means you value your soul enough to protect it. Because if someone's presence feeds your worst traits, it will starve the parts of you that Allah loves most. Think of your heart as a garden. Inside it are flowers, patience, humility, mercy, gratitude. Inside it are also weeds, anger, pride, envy, harshness. Every person in your life is either helping water your flowers or your weeds. And weeds grow quickly. They spread. They suffocate the flowers if you let them. This is why wise people are careful with their circles. Not because they are arrogant, not because they think they are better than others, but because they know whatever they allow in their hearts will eventually grow. If you are around people who constantly criticize others, you will soon find criticism flowing off your own tongue. If you are around people who speak with mercy, you will find your own voice becoming gentler without even trying. We imitate the environment we are in, and the danger is that we often do not realize when imitation begins. That is why protecting your inner self sometimes means creating outer distance. It's not always about cutting ties completely. It can mean spending less time in certain spaces. It can mean keeping some conversations lighter, less personal. It can mean saying no when invited to situations that you know will trigger the parts of you you're trying to heal. It can also mean surrounding yourself with people who will challenge your worst traits. Those who will say, calm down when anger rises. Those who will remind you, let it go when your pride resists. Those who will quietly guide you back to patience, forgiveness, and humility. My dear brother, my dear sister, never trade the version of yourself that Allah loves for the comfort of blending in. Never bury your better self to keep company with those who prefer the worse in you, because on the day of judgment, you will stand alone. Your friends will not answer for your words. Your circle will not carry your deeds. It will just be you, your character, and the one who sees it all. And when Allah looks at you on that day, let Him see the version of you that He guided, that He loved, that He nurtured. Guard that version. Protect it from environments that choke it. And if you must walk away to save it, walk away with dignity, with dua and with trust in Allah. Because whatever you give up for His sake, He will replace with something better in this world and in the next. Repeated obstacles arise in their presence. Sometimes Allah speaks to you without sound. No voice you can hear. No letter written in the sky. But He speaks through patterns, through things that keep happening again and again and again. You notice it even if you don't want to admit it. Every time you try to move forward with someone, something gets in the way. You plan, but the plan falls apart. You try again, but something unexpected stops you. You prepare more carefully, but the door still closes. At first you think it's just bad timing. Then you think it's just bad luck. Then you tell yourself, maybe I'm not working hard enough. But my dear brother, my dear sister, sometimes it's not bad luck. Sometimes it's protection. You see, Allah is Al-Hakim, the all-wise. He sees what you cannot see. He hears what you do not hear. He knows what is whispered in hearts, what is planned in private, what is waiting just a little further down the path. And sometimes He protects you by not letting your plans succeed. It's hard for us to accept this because we live in a world that tells us, if you just work harder, you can make anything happen. If you want it enough, you can get it. But faith teaches us something different. Faith teaches us that not every open door is a blessing and not every closed door is a loss. Sometimes the most merciful thing Allah can do for you is to close the door you're trying to break open. Look at your own life. How many times have you seen this? You try to build something with a person, and somehow every step forward turns into 2 steps back. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. If it was just once, you could say it was a coincidence. If it was just twice, maybe it was bad timing. But when the same resistance keeps appearing, it is no longer coincidence. It is a sign. The Quran tells us in Surah Yusuf that the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam plotted against him, but Allah's plan was above theirs. They thought they were sending him away to harm him, but in reality Allah was sending him away to save him. This is the same Lord who is guiding your steps now. The same Lord who blocks certain paths, not because He doesn't want you to be happy, but because He wants you to be safe. You might think, but this is what I want, I've prayed for it. Yes, you may have prayed for it. But remember, Allah answers in the way that is best, not always in the way we imagine. When you pray for what is good, Allah will either give it to you, or replace it with something better, or protect you from something you didn't even know was coming. And sometimes that protection looks like failure. It looks like delays. It looks like not now. It looks like no. We don't like the word no. We think it means Allah is rejecting us. But sometimes no means I love you too much.